Movable chairs. Dude, now you have the Agentic Times podcast, man.
We could just offer better stuff here.
Yeah.
Just have people walk out the hallway.
I'm gonna be able to sign it physically.
We're gonna do what?
I'm gonna have people sign it physically.
Yeah, you should.
Like physically sign.
That's what I said at the beginning. You should just send them a physical piece of mail. Or like,
Yeah.
or like, find them a place of work.
Yeah. Dude, check this out, man. This podcast is fucking ridiculous. It's called the. Can you follow us, please, if you have a spot? It's called the Agentic
It's
Times.
on Spotify, yeah?
Yeah. Dude, listen to this.
Deep dive. We're going to dig into some really cool stuff about AI.
The volume is 17 minutes. They even laugh and shit. It's so funny. Bruh. Yeah, so I got to get these contracts printed. Let me ask our friend Grant. The Agentic Times, my man.
It's amazing. All right, so let's focus on the business stuff that we're going to get done today. Because I got another call I got to hop on in 7 minutes, and then I'll be back after that. To me, it seems like this is what I think is the situation. I think the company, it sounds like, is in a phenomenal position for the stage that it's in. And the way I would approach it is, I think we have complementary skill sets. You're a hardcore programmer genius who can also speak on stage, and I'm more like business operations, sales growth, finance. And I think if we can combine forces and actually, like, the way I would see this is, have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? You know, there's a scene where they have like a little office and it's like the fucking garage and it's like boom, 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 and it's like the giant one.
Yeah.
I want to do that with us, and I want to build a fucking AI warehouse in Miami that is world famous and brings the best companies and ideas and stuff, so that we invert it. I also write theater, which is going to be replaced too, because AI is going to take that job away. It's just my like passion, just for fun. But I always see an office as like almost like a stage. And I think if we had the ability to flip in 5 minutes from a hardcore office into like a full events place, then we could have constant blood coming through there, talking on really interesting topics. So like desks that come apart, come out, highways go up, and then there's like, states that set up, but it all happens in 5 minutes. And so I think that probably maybe a year or two out, but I could find investors in a separate line of business for that, maybe, start looking in 6 or 8 months. I think the first stage is, in order to professionalize the business, like at this stage, for any company, even if it's fully online, having some centrality and having the best programmers together in a shared vision, I think is very important. So whether it's at Society or whether we choose a different office space, I have friends that probably could give us maybe some office space relatively cheap. I think getting a place where everyone's kind of showing up and building culture, and then from that nucleus expanding, even if we're a new age company that in theory will be 95% remote in the future, I think at the very beginning, because of the value of it. So like, to me, it seems like anything getting in the way of that is just inhibiting our growth, even on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis, right? So like, if you're away from people and we're not attracting the best developers that we can in this area, and we're not getting time on task in terms of like sales, marketing, and then future stuff, like, getting you lined up for speaking engagements and conferences, to me, like, I strongly believe in the Warren Buffett mentality of compound interest. And I think compound interest comes from like seeing positive results every single day, even if it's just incremental. The first one to me is like centralizing the business structuring and the people that are there, and then also like creating what our long-term plan would be. Even if we're going to be half Palo Alto, half Miami, whatever it's going to look like in the future, for the immediate term, like getting people to show up and come to the office, even if it's a small team, and then like centralizing stuff, and then having specific meetings, which are like, where are we this week? Where are we next week? Where are we going right now? Because I think like you have a rare advantage of like you can do different things. Like you could sit on a sales call, but you can also program, but you can also do speaking. So that's like, then let's figure out what division of that work is the best for you. I'm guessing in 2 years' time you won't be programming as much as you are now, because you'll probably be more like a figurehead, right? Sam Altman is not programming all the time. Elon Musk, these are engineers, ultimately not programming as much as they were, right? So like, if that's the case in the future, then you probably have to put in all your programming now. I'm just guessing, right? And I think it sounds like to me, like I told you the best book I ever read, probably in my entire life, is a book called Essentialism, which is like, let's figure out what I can do and then what are the things I need to pass off. For me, the CRO type role, which encompasses CBDO, and CMO is the best one, because that's the stuff I like doing. That's my ikigai. If you told me to be a programmer, yeah, I could go back to school, learn how to program. I have the mindset that would be okay, but I would be an okay middle programmer, right? I don't think I would see the big picture as much. Whereas with sales, I've already proven it, that I can grow and sell a company. I don't think that necessarily we have to sell. I think it's better to keep the company as long as you can. What did Zuckerberg say when he got his first like $800 million offer? Personally, he was like, $800 million is a lot of money, but I think if I got paid that, I wouldn't know what to do with it, and I'd probably just start another internet company. I like the one I have, right? And that's probably a good decision. Now it's worth, 50 billion or 100 billion, or whatever it's worth now. I think the same thing's potentially true with Swarms, but I think we need to professionalize the company a little bit. And I think a big part of that is like locking in a place of work, formalizing all the structure stuff, and then figuring out how we can hit the benchmarks. When you're saying stuff like I want to have the fastest ARR growth, I love that. Like who knows, even if we fail by a massive amount, setting that ridiculously high benchmark is I think a great starting point.
Yeah, I want, dude. Those Israelis got like 100 million ARR in like a year after they incorporated the business.
Well, it's potentially possible with us if we keep doubling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. That is my goal, though.
What are we trending from last month?
What was that?
How are we tracking from this month to last month?
What do you mean? How?
Does it look like we're doubling, or what is the pace we're at right now?
Not doubling, because I've been focusing on like hiring and things like that. So,
what bank are you using, and how are you spreading out? Do we have a business credit card yet? Do you have a Brex account?
We don't have Brex. We have Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury's the easiest one. But we should probably get a Brex too, because building line of credit will be important.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? You have a CFO right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is his commitment to this?
What do you mean?
Like, how often is he working on stuff? Where is he
Um,
working full time somewhere else?
Yeah, so he's in Texas and Palo Alto, and he works out of the office when he's in Palo Alto.
And how is he being compensated?
Equity mostly, no salary.
How much equity is there for disbursement?
Um,
I don't even
more
want to
than-
think if I can be a serious level, senior person. I'm not an employee. I tried to work for someone for 2 months after we did the IPO in the new company, and I couldn't do it.
More than 97%.
You won't
Yes.
retain.
I have 97%.
Great, good. Yeah. So that's my shtick. I think we could really do it, but I definitely think, to me, it's a shame to even waste 1 week considering the ambition of what we're trying to do, considering the competition, and considering how exciting the space we're in. Right? And I think the division of responsibilities, like, you probably can do all the sales stuff, but then you wouldn't be able to do the core product stuff that you're most needed on now. But do you see yourself programming in 5 years?
I mean, shit. If if people can program better than me, then I mean, if we have engineers that are better programmers than me, then I wouldn't mind, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
Not anytime soon.
Especially for agents. Agent engineering, there's not that many people in the
What do you
world.
like doing the most? What do you?
Agent engineering. Developing, like, orchestrating multiple agents.
Great.
That's what Swarms basically is.
Great. So I think between that and flying you all around the country, and you're sitting in a hotel room programming, then you're giving a speech, then you're back to your hotel room programming, like, limiting your time doing anything other than building the company and speaking to Fortune 500s, like, probably is not a great use of your time.
Yeah.
So then I think we need to determine, like, what it's going to take to get there. I think I met maybe 15 VCs this morning alone. And universally, there's very strong interest. So I think definitely need to work on the professionalization and choosing, like, not just the office, but also, like, who are the programmers? Where are they? When can we talk to them? The ones that we want to bring on.
Well, they're on Discord
Mm-hmm.
mostly now.
Everybody's on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, here we haven't hired anyone here yet, which is why I made the letters.
Yeah, so I think you and I could both meet with these people early on.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, what I've been able to do successfully in business is hire people for a little bit less than they would take with the idea of the big vision. And for everyone I've worked with, that's paid off enormously. Getting a little bit of equity, and also building something that they couldn't build within whatever corporate company they're in now.
Yeah, so our biggest problem now that, like, we could quintuple, like, revenue if we had, like, scalable API infrastructure for agents. Because we have the agents now, they run locally, but we need to put those in the cloud as API so that any amount of people could use them.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, kind of like our biggest issue at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We could keep pumping out agents, but if a company
So we need an engineer for that, right?
Yeah.
Who are they and when can we get them?
I know 2 of them in Miami, actually.
So
One of them just left their job, so they're, like, in this weird transition.
Let's
thing.
talk to them. Do you have their phone number?
Yeah, his name is Tyler.
You want me to talk to him? Is he a weirdo? This guy's a little weird, right?
No, he was acting. So he was on the. He came to the workshop that you were at.
Tyler?
His name is Tyler. Yeah, and he's very interested to join.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty
How
sure.
old do you think he is? Did you meet Mike Hickman, by the way?
No, he's maybe like 29, 28, 30 something.
Uh-huh.
He's a good infrastructure API engineer, which is what we're looking for right now.
Okay, so let's get him. Everything that's standing in the way of that is crazy. There's how much in the account right now? 300,000, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need to pay him 300,000, even if that's a salary. We need to pay him like 10,000, right?
No, definitely. I mean, less.
Probably that much.
4,000 or 5,000 a month at the maximum.
That's what he's asking for?
No, that's like if we can do that 4 or 5K a month per like engineer, like that's we could hire multiple people.
Yeah, but we need the person right now that solves the problem.
Yeah, but like just offering someone $10,000 a month.
I don't think we need to offer them that.
We need to offer someone the minimum amount of money they would accept.
So when those
It's
negotiations,
like a
exactly.
we have to optimize.
When those negotiations start, I'm happy to conduct them because I can give us our best foot forward. First, I can figure out what he's willing to take at the lowest amount, and then
Yeah.
how interested he is. This is a
But the thing is, though, I mean, it would only be like low. It would only be $4,000 or $5,000 a month until we would raise X amount of millions.
yeah, which we should be doing right now.
So, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know 3 people in Miami that are actually 4 that I would be very interested in.
4 of them, yeah.
Maybe 5. Yeah, 4 for sure. And they all attend these GPT Tuesdays things.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They all come to GPT Tuesdays.
yeah. So what my plan is, I'm just gonna write the contracts out. I'm gonna give it to them, and then if they, like at that point, we'll just like negotiate. Are you hungry?
No, just literally just say, "Are you hungry? Go grab something. I can wait here.
Yeah, I haven't gotten shit.
Go get something and come back. I gotta do a call anyway."
Yeah, I need a fucking printer. What do you think about the do you like the white background or black background?
I like the white. It's a little bit more formal, I think.
All right. When someone gets a offer letter from Swarms, they should be excited. Like this should look like it should be like something to celebrate, like Christmas. um, where was the event that you went to today?
I sent you the thing.
It didn't like. Oh, how did you find it?
I was invited by Miami Angels.
Oh, I booked a meeting with Tal.
Hey, this is Kelly. Hey, Kelly, my name is sorry about that. there's a lot of people that are employees. That's not my background.
Yeah. So what we like doing at the company is contribution based. So depending on how much like value you provide, then I'm okay with increasingly giving you more and more stock.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? Like we could start off at a pretty like decent amount and then increase that if you hit like certain milestones.
Mhm.
And that's what that's even what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm
When
not
you
like
started, you can have vesting schedule, which is the same.
I myself have a vesting schedule as
Good.
well. So
It's a C corp.
yeah,
Okay.
Delaware.
What are you thinking for starting point?
So we could start off at 10%,
Mhm.
to already make you a millionaire.
Like, if we do it well, it should make you more than that.
Yeah.
Let's go with this. Practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, let's go. Get started already. This is AI, man.
Shit.
There's gonna be
Fuck.
investors, right? There's gonna be food there too.
All right. Yeah, so we can start off at 10. And then I could like put in the contract that we can go to 20 if you hit certain milestones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Something where I can get up to like 20 to 25%.
But ideally, so I mean, what the next like rounds, 20 is actually going to be a lot because in the next round, I'm going to be the only person that's getting diluted. You're not.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I was thinking, all I need is equity and a budget for growth. I want to hire one SDR, which I consider like the general infantry of sales. And I think, like, figure out which investors you can start with. Raise to 3 million, which is what our first goal is, right? Because I think it's going to be a little bit hard to raise right now.
In Palo Alto, not really.
What's that?
In Palo Alto, would it be difficult?
Well, it wasn't